Hello, people, and welcome to my Champions League final predictions. The Champions League final will be played in Munich between Paris Saint-Germain and Inter Milan. Now, quick fun fact, whenever a Champions League final is played in Munich, we always tend to have a new winner. We saw that in 2012 when Chelsea beat Bayern Munich on penalties. And the first Champions League final held in Munich was 1979, when Nottingham Forest won their first of the two Champions Leagues that they won. As of, now, PSG and Inter, as I mentioned, will play in the Champions League final, and they've had quite good seasons, them two, especially in their domestic leagues. PSG almost went through the entire Liga season unbeaten, although they seem to have gave up in the end. And they have actually won their last 4 games, including one of them was against Arsenal in the Champions League semi-finals second leg, which was a 2-1 win at the Parc des Princes. As for Inter, they've not lost in their last 6, and in their last 5, they have won 4, drawn 1. Inter, however, did just miss out on the Serie A title to Napoli on the final day, despite a win against Como. But Inter are now in the Champions League final for a second time in 3 years. The last time Inter were in the final was against Manchester City in 2023, when it was played in Istanbul for the first time since that incredible miracle comeback 2005 win from Liverpool. But anyways, I'm looking at their run in the Champions League so far. PSG, well, they actually had a disappointing league phase run, at least to their standards, as they finished 15th in the Champions League phase. And of course, this is the first Champions League to have this massive league thing that we have. But just looking at the league phase, PSG in the league phase, they won 4 of their games, drawn 1, lost 3. And Inter Milan, they finished 4th in the league phase, winning 6 and drawing and losing once. PSG had to get into the round of 16 by beating fellow French side Stade Brestois, in which they did 10-0 on aggregate, which was quite a bit. And I think one of them was even one of them was a 7-0 win. It was a walk in the Parc des Princes for them. As in the last 16, when Inter started their run through the knockout phases. First of all, looking at PSG, along the way, all the way through, they've knocked out every English side. Well, not quite, but, they beat City in the league phase, and they beat Liverpool in the last 16 on penalties, Aston Villa in the quarterfinals, and then Arsenal in the semi-finals. As for Inter Milan, they won in the round of 16 against Dutch side Feyenoord, 4-1 on aggregate, and then they played against Bayern Munich, in which was a 4-3 win on aggregate, even including a 2-2 draw at the San Siro, and in what was a crazy tie against Barcelona, 2 3-3 draws with the second leg going into extra time, but it was thanks to Fratesi, who edged it in the 99th minute in order to beat Barcelona, and here they are in the Champions League final. Now, I mentioned that fact that whenever a final is played in Munich, a new winner is crowned. Well, PSG, they've never won the Champions League, and Inter, they've won it 3 times in the past. So, according to history, it will probably be a PSG victory. But looking as of recent things and stuff, I think, Overall, who do I think will win? Well, I agree with 59% of football voters. I think PSG will win. Specific scoreline, I think it'll be quite a close and intense battle, and probably the most entertaining Champions League final we have probably seen in years, as from 2019 up to the present, we have seen Champions League finals with only one team scoring, and in 4 of those finals, which was 2020 to 2023, it ended in a 1-0 scoreline. PSG, by the way, made it to the final once, and that was in the middle of COVID when they played against Bayern Munich in front of 0 fans. And that was in Lisbon, in which they lost 1-0 to a 59th minute Coman winner. And that was only a 1-0 scoreline as well. So, yeah. I think PSG, though, will win this 2-1. Yeah. Dembele has had quite a good season at PSG. And also, it's PSG's first season since they've, decided we don't want to sign superstars now. And, they're now deciding to, try and bring up young French talents. And I know Mbappe's French, but since he's left, PSG have actually been better at pressing as well, with Barcola. But yeah, as for Inter Milan, Sommer has had an impressive season in goal for them. But yeah, and apparently Inzaghi, I think he's going to Al Hilal, I think. But he has had a brilliant spell, Inzaghi, at Inter Milan. 216 games he's played. He's managed them for. 141 of those were wins. At 65% win percentage, 2.1 per game. He's won 1 Serie A title, 3 Super Cups. Although the Super Cups are they're just like the pre-season thing. And the Coppa Italia has won twice as well. But yeah, it's been quite a good spell for him. And to wrap things up for Inzaghi with being champions of Europe would be incredible. Yeah, my prediction will be a 2-1 win for PSG. And by the way, this video is being released exactly 6 hours before kickoff. Hopefully you enjoy tonight's match, or this morning's match, wherever you are. But yeah, I guess I'll go now. Bye. By the way, Inzaghi said that he's happy at Inter, and despite rumours of a deal being completed for him to go to Saudi club Al Hilal, he's likely not going anywhere.